Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special, yet somber and comforting edition of the Eastside Dave Show. Now, without further ado, let's throw it over to my host, my big man, my buddy, my friend, Mr. Eastside David McDonald.
Thank you very much, Roy Harder. Yeah, this is going to be, oh God, how do you do a show like this?
Well, we'll say comforting. We won't say outrageous, or who knows? Maybe it will be. You never know.
Oh, I guarantee you it's going to be outrageous. Yeah, well, this is what insane times that we live in, and just an absolute crazy, crazy world. And unfortunately, Roy's known about this for a few days, but I found out last Thursday, my mom had found my dad collapsed in the driveway. So he got rushed to the hospital and was there, and very, very sort of shockingly died Monday morning. We are all, obviously devastated and in shock, but boy, it was... it's really insane stuff, because I was actually talking to Roy on right here, the Eastside Dave Show End of Times Skype series, episode 2. Your dad had gone into the hospital as of last week.
Yeah, he was in the hospital with the virus, but he was released. My dad seems to be recuperating, David. So my family is my mom as well. They're both healing and happy, and right now, I'm more concerned about your family. So how are you holding up, good man?
Well, okay, so it should be stated front and center. It was not a COVID-related death. It was all of a sudden there was an infection in his kidneys, and they couldn't get the kidneys under control. They put him on dialysis late Sunday night, but it was too late. And this is the difficult time about what we're living in, because they could never find the origin of the infection. And obviously your mind starts racing and go, well, they can't find the origin of the infection. Is that COVID? But again, we're being told, the McDonald family was being told that it was not related to that in any way, shape, or form, that it was just... But you want to talk about timing? It's like insanity.
Terrible timing. I'm sure my heart goes out to you and your whole family, David. Have you heard anything about any services, or what's?
We can't do it. So that's one of the things that has been, if not one of that's the most difficult thing. I've been able to see my mom these last 2 days, but we were not allowed to go to the hospital. And, you can imagine, we all wanted to go to the hospital, but as of Thursday, or at least me, I'm local. Now, my other brothers are scattered across America, California, Virginia, Delaware. Pennsylvania, formerly Delaware. I'm 15 minutes away from the hospital. Right. I wanted to go there. My mom wants to go there. Mm-hmm. We can't. We're not allowed. They were not allowing my mom to go, and that's very painful. And now I was able to talk to him on the phone, thank God, twice. So that was good. But it was 3 times. But one of the times was a very quick call. So if you know anything about the McDonald's, you know that we're so many of our events and stuff, it's always like surrounding food. It's like,
sure.
We're going to have, any kind of family reunion, like priority number 1 is the food. Any kind of this, food. Big Thanksgiving food. We got the thing with the food. So the second time I called, it was like 9:30 in the morning. And again, it comes back to the food. He actually, he sounded okay. And he was like, I'm trying to eat breakfast. Can I call you back?
Oh.
I was like, it just made me laugh a little bit, though, because I'm like, you can't argue. I'm like, Dad, I'd like to talk to you a little bit. But he got to respect. He's like, hi, Dave. I'm just trying to I'm just trying to eat a little bit here. And he didn't say, he's a very kind and polite person. So
sure.
It wasn't, I'm busy. It was, but I kept talking. me not reading signs. I'm sometimes bad with reading
I
signs.
totally do, David.
This is 100% why so many people on the planet Earth get mad at me, because I'm bad at reading signs. I think that everyone's just having a good time. That's why, like, Earl, Douglas, Pepper, obviously, Chris Stanley, all seem angry at me. And it's like, well, what did I do? I mean, I probably did a lot, but I'm not good at the signs, so I'm not good at them, maybe being irritated. Well, and by the way, if this show is rambling, I'm saying it right now, it's going to be rambling.
That's okay, David.
It's also going to, we have a couple fun things. We have some videos. We have some Eastside Dave Show cast member videos, including a brand new character from Andrew Gold and stuff.
Well, I can't wait for that one, buddy. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, but so rather than say, like, hey, I'm busy, that's kind of what I would say. He would just be like, I'm good. I'm having a little something to eat right now. I kept talking, blah blah blah, and then I guess finally he's just yep. But I'm really trying to get something to eat right now, Dave. That's okay, Dad. All right.
So he was lucid. He was conscious. So this must have been quite a shock to your family, because it certainly was to me. I had no idea that it was. When you initially contacted me, I almost was in disbelief, as I'm sure your whole entire family was. Very shocking.
And the rough part is that, like, obviously, you're going to go up and down and stuff, but the shock hasn't worn off, I think, for me and my mom yet.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I visited with her the last 2 days. Yes, I stayed not just 6. I stayed like 15. I stayed like 30 feet apart. Her and my dad, late in 2019, relocated onto like a cute little gated neighborhood that has 18 holes of golf on it, because they're avid golfers.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm.
So I swear to God that my mom and I basically walked to the 16th hole, and she's standing on where the guy drives the ball, and I'm pretty much standing on where the guy putts the ball. I mean, we were really, so hi, Mom, because she can't get the COVID. You know what I mean? It's like we can't have that happening right now.
No, you don't want that in your family at all. Believe me on that one, dude.
Right? So
not at all.
So we did. So I got the gloves and I got the mask, and I gave her gloves and the mask and everything like that. So yeah, she's been, and it's like you go through these crazy moments where you're okay, you're dealing with it, you understand it's life, and then an hour later it feels like someone dropped a piano on you.
Oh,
and you're like, what the hell? And it's up and down, up and down. Yeah, and to answer your question, it was very shocking. I mean, look, he was 80 years old, and or about to be 80 in November, but but he had been in good shape. You know what I mean? He was a person who was active. He was driving. He was golfing 9 holes when he could get 9 holes in, and doing all that kind of thing. So when you hear, okay, he's gone to the hospital, it's an emergency, you start to get really freaked out. And then on the weekend, it felt like, okay, we feel like we have a handle on this thing, so less freaked out.
Home. Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm.
And then Monday morning, freaked out all over again. Right. Just insanity. And it's tough. People have heard me, I think, talk about Patrick McDonald's his name, but of course we call him Patty Cakes. Yeah. Because my mom is Beanie. She also goes by Baked Beans. So together they made one nice meal, baked beans and patty cakes. A nice summer. Oh, thank you for the stinger.
That warranted a good stinger, David.
If that doesn't tell you that the McDonald family's crazy about food, we nickname our parents after 2 food items.
Oh, David, it's a shame. Hey, unfortunately, we all do pass away. The goal is in life, obviously, isn't to live forever, but the goal is to create something that will. And between you and your brothers, your father has, in fact, achieved immortality, if you will.
I appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, it's crazy shocking right now, and obviously, it's like you can't. Put it into. So my dad, in case like people, I got, I think, a lot of my personality from my mom, right? You've seen
Oh, yeah.
On the East Side Dave show, we've seen Beanie do the Ethel Merman bit many a time, with the, the singing of the there's no business and I oftentimes wonder, what did I get my dad? I think I got his physical. Weirdly enough, I feel like his physical stuff I got.
Absolutely, yes. You are I was looking at your photos that you had posted earlier on social media, and I was actually surprised at the photos of your younger dad. Well, clearly this is where David gets his looks from. So, and
definitely a love of sports. I think that and I know that seems like small and trite, but it really isn't. Sports has been a major factor in my life for a long time. Davy Mack Sports Program, on and on and on. But thousands, if not hundreds tens of thousands of happy hours of watching Yankees and Giants. I'm very thankful that these last 2 or 3 years or whatever it was, we decided, we went over to my parents' house every single Sunday for Giants football games.
Yeah.
Sadly, though, Giants have sucked these last 3 years. Now, if I'm going to have anything, it's called misplaced and misdirected anger, okay? And the motherfucking football Giants have sucked these last 3 years. And you should be ashamed of yourselves, you bastards. You got a problem with that? You got a problem with misdirected anger, Dave? That's my new name. I'm dropping the East Side thing. It's been done.
Misdirected anger, Dave.
Misdirected anger, Dave. You got a problem with that, smart guy? Huh, tough guy with your little fucking headphones and your shit on and the American flag and everything? You got a problem?
I'm all good, buddy. I am all good, man. Well, goodbyes. Goodbyes are only for those people who love with their eyes. Those who love with your heart and your soul. They'll never be separated. So you and your dad are always going to be like this, always.
No, I'm actually enjoying some of these words of comfort that you're giving me. But I want you to be honest. Did you get these from any Hallmark cards and or?
No, actually,
it doesn't feel like it's all of your own words. I'm not sure if Roy Harder.
I'm probably quoting other people. I'm not coming up with these. These are quotes I've read. I think the last one might have been like Rumi or something like that. Indian philosopher Rumi, Jin Rumi, I call him. The other one, I don't know. That's pretty much it. Have I said anything else that might have provided a little bit? Oh, I got one from Samuel L. Jackson. He ain't dead, motherfucker.
Oh, this is so weird. This is so bizarre doing this show. First of all, I knew this was a big mistake, but having talked to you for the last 7 minutes, it's been confirmed this was a big mistake. No, I'm kidding. I feel like it's.
We all love you, David. We all want you. We all want to comfort you.
The way I'm looking at it is that like I say, I'm going up and down, up and down, up and down, and I feel like it's going to be like that for a while. And what has happened to me in the past is that when I've lost someone who I care about, it's like it doesn't hit me until 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later when I'm driving. It's always me driving in my car by myself, which is very strange. And then it's like some kind of song pops up on the radio or blah, 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 and it's like, uh-oh. And then that's when it hits. So right now I figure, we'll do it today because I hate to say it, I'm still in the shock thing. But I also I actually ran it past my mom yesterday. I go, I'm feeling like I want to do the show tomorrow, but I mean, what do you? She's like, go for it, go. Right. I think it's a very nice thing. That's what, my dad was very proud of my broadcasting career.
As he should be, because you do. In fact,
I did the quotes wrong. My broadcasting career. I do have a career, but some would argue whether I broadcast or not, or whether I'm a broadcaster.
No, David,
you think so? You think I'm a broadcaster? You think I'm legit?
You're a very successful broadcaster.
Yeah, right.
95, of course you are. 95.9 The Rat every morning. Come on, what do you expect?
I have a couple of things that I would like to bring up. Okay, regarding my dad. Yes.
Okay, before you do that, though, I just want to, and you had mentioned whether or not you wanted to do the show or not today. And like I said, I had your back either way.
100%.
I left that to you. But I spoke to the great Ronnie B yesterday, and I even mentioned it to him. I don't know if we should do the show, and he confided in me, and he told me that when his own father passed away, he literally got up on stage, I think that night or the very next night, doing a comedy show, and he said it was the most therapeutic thing for him, and he actually told me that you were in fact in the audience. So
that was when he did Red Bank. Not just the audience. Ron was nice enough. I was able to talk to Ron before.
Yeah.
He was having a cigar, and it was just me and my lady, Ron, and I believe HTG was there, and then
Right.
the what's the name? See, some of these things with like the last, I was going to call them the Misfits of comedy, but that's not their name. What's their name? What was the comedy tour with Rich Voss and why am I calling them the fucking Misfits of comedy? That is not their name.
Creeps with Kids.
Creeps with Kids. I sincerely apologize. This is the exhaustion and the
shock, David.
Yeah.
It's the shock. Don't worry. We understand.
Misfits of comedy is what I was going to call them.
I like that. It's got a nice ring to it.
It's the Creeps with Kids. And it's a fantastic comedy experience because they do, each person comes up and then they do like a little round table at the end where you have like 4 or 5 different, comedians all kind of, playing around and having a good time. It was awesome. So then saw Ron afterwards and said, this was unbelievable.
So I too was wrestling. I too was wrestling with the idea of whether or not it was appropriate that we try to get a laugh, but he reassured me. He said
you have to find distractions, otherwise I will smash my head against the wall.
Of course,
many times.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like that, because I'll be honest, there's a lot of complicated emotions here, and one is anger because you're like, I'm not going to be conspiracy theorist, but just in a just very even keeled thing of, hey, if we didn't have this pandemic and or if we were prepared for this pandemic, would his kidney infection led to death, or would he still be with? You can't help but have those thoughts run through your mind. And it's like, if this could have happened anytime, if it could have happened before March 17th, or if it could happen in July, But again, I was talking to my mom about that. We have like I said, very similar personalities. And, at the end of the day, she's saying, yeah, you can think like that, but guess what? It's not going to change anything. Right? What is it going to change? All it's going to do is lead to anger upon anger, and now you're getting mad. And those people at the hospital are working their asses off. All the nurses and all the doctors are working their asses off. So I wouldn't be angry at them. In fact, the hospital he went to, Jersey Shore Medical Center, is fantastic because I've been there, sadly, 20 times.
You are actually
I wish that was a joke, but you, David, one time me and my friend were drunk, and he thought he could do like a legitimate WWE suplex, like where I'm like upside down, my head is on his shoulder, my legs are up in the air.
Yeah.
So he tries to do a suplex on me. Yeah, he just dropped me straight down.
Whoa.
Like a bag of potatoes. I went head first. Thankfully, we did it like my lawn, which had give, but like I was pretty much like paralyzed, or at least I was numb for like 30 seconds. Like, yeah, we got to go to the hospital. I got operations at the hospital. I stepped on glass when I was a kid. So like this Jersey Shore Medical Center is excellent. So I'm not upset at anybody. You're mad in general. You're like, what are these things?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, if this virus would have taken my own parents, I probably would have been mad at China. I would have been furious at the Wuhan people. So
yeah, I mean, obviously, what I'm trying to do is get away from any anger like that. What's that?
That's a very smart move, David. Very smart move. You channel it into your own into your own passion. Making people laugh again, and you will laugh yourself again soon.
Let's laugh right now. Let's watch the Big A. Big A has told me he has a brand new puppet brand new character. He's calling him Larry the Sock Puppet. I want to keep one thing in mind, Roy.
Yes, David.
We know that Andrew's landlord, who he does not like, in fact, Andrew's landlord, who gives Andrew shit at nighttime, his name is also Larry. I was nervous that Andrew decided to name his sock puppet after his landlord who he hates and wants. He's expressed opinions of wanting to kill his
violence.
Landlord.
Yeah, violence.
And by the way, he does this, and it's only because the landlord said, hears weird noises at 3:00 in the morning, like metal noises and hammering. And so he rightfully brings these issues up to Big A, who then somehow gets pissed at the landlord, Larry. So he's chosen this person to make a sock puppet out of, I think.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
Or it's a weird coincidence, but he didn't tell me it was based on his landlord, but it was the first thing I thought of when, of all the names in the universe, he decided to go with Larry, his landlord, who he wants to murder.
Okay, all right.
All right?
All right, bring it on, buddy.
Does Steve have the video? Is Steve there? Garrett?
Yep, what's up?
Do you guys have that video of Big A and the sock puppet?
Yes, I do. 1 second.
All right, let's roll that.
I guess they're not listening to us, are they?
They're so
Sorry, I was
tuned out.
fixing something.
They're like, well, I thought this was going to be a fun episode.
This is a rip-roaring
David.
good time. What are you guys talking about? It's great.
Well, sorry, Stephen Garrett. I'm a fucking human being. I know everyone else regards me as a goddamn superhero / supervillain, depending on your point of view, but I'm a human being, mofo.
That's right, David.
Human being.
That was sarcastic.
Hi.
Here we go.
Hi, Dave. I mean, Mr. Champion. And hi, Roy. I mean, Mr. Harder. A.K.A. Mr. Emmy winner. I'm Larry. I miss Lacy. And I miss producer Bobby, and I miss Bobo's extra chanting, and I miss Bobo not making any sense at all, and I miss Andrea, and it's quarantine time, and it's making it hard for Big A and his fucking killing ways. Keep hearing voices from Big A's apartment and screams and yelling horse. Quarantine. Fucking killer time. Big A, keep that shit down. Fuck you, Larry. Keep out of my fucking business. Oh my God. I have to go. Let's go now. Bye.
That was unbelievable. Oh, Andrew.
Bravo, Big A. Bravo, Big A.
Okay, now at the end, my suspicions were correct. I think towards the end, he revealed himself that he was based on Larry as landlord. It sounded like he started to give Andrew Gold, a.k.a. Big A, some shit towards the end.
He certainly did. Wow.
And did he say he missed Bobo not making sense? So even Big A's sock puppets hate Bobo, just like Big A himself.
I just like I don't know if it was a Skype issue, but I love the way when he would talk, the mouth would be moving, and then he would be talking, the mouth would stop moving. Yeah. That was my favorite part.
He has to practice. I love Andrew, and I think his characters are fantastic. His puppets are great. But we got to get him to practice the art of synchronizing your hand and mouth movements.
It's an art form,
actually
David.
Easy to do if you try. As someone who does puppetry, as you know, right? I wanted to bring up something that was kind of funny about my father. This is a story about both my parents. They were Yankee season ticket holders from 1983 to 2008. That's a good.
Okay.
right there. That's a 25-year run, and that's not bandwagon because if anyone watched Yankee baseball in the 80s, they were from 83 to 96. There was a whole dry, technically from 79 to 80 to 96.
96. I call those
their
the lean
last
years.
championship was in 78 until they finally won in 96 is what I'm trying to goddamn say.
I hear you. The lean years.
So they went through some lean years, some bad years with the Yankees for a long, long time. Finally, but he kept those season tickets. He stayed loyal. He stayed true. And we all got to go to the games. I'm not, exaggerating when I say that I've been to at least 100 Yankee games in my lifetime, maybe more. And this was funny to me, though. It was 1998. And I get a phone call from my parents. They're at the Yankee game. I get a phone call from my mom. Are you watching the game? I go, well, I was just mowing the lawn, but I'm almost done with your lawn, so I'm going to put the game on. David Wells is throwing a perfect game. Now, when you throw a perfect game, baseball, 9 innings, no hits on base, 27 up, 27 down. Forget about no hits, no walks, no errors, no hit by pitches, nothing. 27 up, 27 down. It's a perfect
Very impressive.
game. Highly, highly unique, very rare thing to experience this. There's Wells right there. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. Anyway, so I'm watching the game and I'm loving the game. I mean, the game is fucking, it's just a great game. Okay. 9th inning. David Wells, 3 outs away from getting the perfect game. I'm riveted. I'm watching on the in the living room. I hear the door of the back door open up. I go, what the hell? Someone breaking into the house?
Uh-oh.
It was my parents. My mom and dad, they were unified on this. Okay, no, they both love to beat traffic. So they left a perfect game in the 6th inning with history on the line. They make the conscious decision, you know what? The Deegan is going to be backed up for quite some time. We can experience history or the Deegan is it's a nightmare once the game is over. So let's beat the traffic. Oh, my God. I gave them so much crap forever. In fact, all of my brothers did. There's 4 Mac boys and then patty cakes and baked beans. And then my brother Mark, Wally, and Patrick. We destroyed them for that move for years and years. You know, one of those things that becomes instant Thanksgiving stories?
Yeah, sure.
That's fun. Hey, you guys remember when you guys actually not just had tickets to the perfect game, you were actually at the perfect game and you didn't see it somehow because you were afraid of the traffic on the Egan Expressway?
Oh.
But the good thing is they laughed about that kind of thing forever. The another thing that I was thinking about is that this weekend somehow is Easter. Are you aware of that?
Oh, actually, thank you for reminding me, David. I completely forgot about Easter,
Is there more to that?
Nope, I just forgot about Easter. It just reminded me that also means that I got a birthday party for a family member coming up too, which got all my brain running now, David. Thank you.
Thank you for helping me. Now listen, you know of the legendary McDonald family Easter egg hunts that happen.
Oh, of course.
Every single year in Spring Lake, New Jersey. Okay. My parents have since moved from that house, but our house was 701 3rd Avenue in Spring Lake, New Jersey. It was right across the street from St. Catherine's Church. All right. My mom would force us. I was going to say strongly encourage, but she liked that we would be maybe still in our pajamas or you could get away with sweatpants.
Sure.
She liked that whole thing. Go out for an Easter egg hunt and put on, keep your little PJs on. But she was making us do this when people were well into their 30s and 40s. Okay.
Of course.
Okay, so everyone knows that I've complained about it. I believe I've told this story in the Ron and Fez show. I'll tell it briefly right now, and that is that, this was an unfair setup. My brother Mark McDonald is one of the great New Jersey cross-country runners of all time. So he held state records for a long time. He was good. He was recruited and went to the Ivy League school, Dartmouth, where he continued to dominate, ran in the national championships, performed so highly on that level that then he was asked to be an assistant coach.
Wow.
Okay.
He should run for office.
Right. But here's the thing. They would allow the door to just go open, and then all four McDonald boys would just have to run out the door on their own. Well, I was always the youngest. Okay. For a long, long time, I was the smallest. Yeah. Okay. And how this is fair that my brother Mark got to leave the house first with this cross-country ability. The guy's like goddamn, a Kenyan over there. And he would be, so the rule was my dad would hide, he would hide, what was it? 6 times 4 is 24. He would hide 24 eggs. We all are allowed 6 eggs each.
Yeah. And you were the youngest at the time.
Right. But once you got your 6 eggs, that was it. 6 egg maximum. Okay. And the other person, my brother Mark finished first every year in a row. Once in a while, my brother Wally would have a big upset. Once in a while, my brother Patrick would have a big upset. But for the most part, Mark was the New England Patriots of the Easter egg hunt. And it was infuriating because every single year I would finish in dead last.
Oh.
Now, here's where my dad ties into it. And for every single year, we would ask my dad, you should really make a checklist of all of the hiding spots, all 24 eggs, and where you put each egg. Okay, make a checklist. If you hid one under the grill, blah, 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 blah. Under this, under that. Someone finds their egg, they call it out, he can cross it off.
Yeah.
Because being in last place meant that my dad would simply count up the eggs and say all of my other brothers got their egg allotment, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They all got their 6 eggs. Okay. I would be looking for the last 3 eggs every single year. I was always, and they would just be sitting on the ground, looking at their watch, doing things talking. And they made me get all 6 eggs. But here's the thing. My dad had forgotten where he put the last 3 remaining eggs.
Of course.
You hide 24 eggs that morning. Yeah, you might remember 20 spots or 21. So then the next hour, just be like my dad and I walking around the property did you check under this parking cone by the basketball court? And I'd be like, I checked there. What about in the tree by the driveway? I checked there. And this was going forever and ever. It was a nightmare. What would happen each and every year is in the summertime, we would at some point there would be just an awful rancid smell from that would emanate from the hedges. It was one of the bleeping Easter eggs. We went through this controversial experience every single year where we said, why don't you just do a checklist? And he's like, but he was a very intelligent guy. He went, he got an MBA and did all this stuff. And I told you, he went to the Peace Corps.
Yes.
When we see the JFK, ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. For or maybe I shouldn't speak but at least for me, it's that's just become a soundbite that you see in a movie or a TV show that wants to quickly play a montage of hey, we're in 1960. Yeah. What can we do for a quick montage? And that you always see that, JFK, ask not what you can do for the country, or the country can do for you, ask what you can do for the country. You forget that people who were alive then, that meant something, and it meant so much. That exact line of ask not so much, what you could do for the country or what the country could do for you, whatever it was.
Yeah. You Bidenized
that actually spoke to him so much that he actually enlisted in the Peace Corps because of it. When you
Unbelievable.
when you think of like the politicians these days,
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to imagine anyone. And I'm not going like Republican, Democrat,
No, we
Independent
don't do that.
Party. I don't care.
Yeah.
But it's difficult to imagine at this point. Maybe we just got so sick of our politicians that if they're going to say something, it's not like I go around going, yeah, I'm actually going to enlist in the Peace Corps. I'm actually going to put money where my mouth is, and I'm going to Africa. He went to Africa.
Yeah. Well, that's because your dad he was a great man, So that says a lot for his character, That's
he helped build villages and stuff, and he brought back a huge African drum, which we got like a piece of like a circular piece of glass, and now I use it as a table. How about that, Roy Harder? My dad is very happy that I get such good usage out of the drum. Oh, how about this? Here's a tie into Roy Harder. It's got the Christmas Story leg lamp that you gave me one year on the Davey Mac Sports program. It's got that residing on it, and it has a picture of my dad's parents, their wedding photo from like the 1920s on it.
Fantastic. Oh, you mean your grandparents? I got you. Okay.
Yeah, I unfortunately never got to even meet my dad's parents because they both had passed away before I was born.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom's parents, I knew. They both passed on. But so those are just like a couple things. I mean,
that's a beautiful story, David. He really was a great man. I think.
What are you trying to make me feel better? Don't remember. This is misdirected anger, Dave. You're now fucking with here. Okay, I already changed my Twitter profile to represent as such. Right, pal?
Hey, man, it's when a great man passes, it's like for years he leaves. The light he leaves behind him lies on the paths of men. Yeah, I think that was Henry Wadsworth Longfellow who said that one.
Well, I think that a lot of the McDonald's, like what we do, obviously, were completely set up by my mom and my dad, 100%.
Absolutely.
Like the infatuation with wiffle ball and this, the Easter egg hunt and all these, fantastic but interesting traditions that we got. In fact, how about we go away from my father for a second and talk to you about something that, and of course now. This looks really stupid, but on Saturday morning when I thought, my dad's health was okay. I mean, he was in the hospital, but we weren't so, we certainly didn't expect this. I got into a major argument with a fight, if you will, on Twitter with Rex Chapman. He is a former basketball player for Kentucky. He also played in the NBA. And Rex Chapman, and also ESPN, and also Barstool Sports.
Uh-oh. I see where this one's going.
Now, if Steve or Garrett sees it's under the Shizer, Rex Chapman, and ESPN Barstool, can you find the tweet there? Well, that's Bobo on the Shizer list, and I appreciate that. It's in the show prep. There it is.
Speaking of Bobo, really quick, Bobo, I guess when I informed everyone about your father's passing, Bobo and his family started sending me condolences. I guess he misread the email and thought my father died. So I was like, I had to explain to him that no, my father actually is okay. It was David's father that passed. It was just really strange.
I'm not sure what's more infuriating, dealing with the Eastside Dave Show cast in person or dealing with them online.
You gotta love them, though. You gotta love them.
Text. No, I do. All right, let's get that tweet though, because this is what I want to show you. Rex Chapman says this is the Twitter content that I'm here for. This thing got reshared then by ESPN and Barstool, and boy, was I hopping mad. And you're gonna see why. Let's see what's going on with this. And it's a guy hitting home runs.
Oh, I thought that was you for a second, David. That's your video.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not the. Oh, come on.
Exactly. No, I don't even. Thank you, Steve.
I've seen
I actually, but before you close out of that Twitter, go to like wherever or on my Twitter where I showed, and there's countless videos of me hitting bombs hitting 500-foot bombs off my kid. And I've been doing this since 2019 or 18, making these sports videos. And
Of course.
Yet again, it's, someone, whether they're stealing from me or just simply not understanding that I did this shit already. That's what bothers me. Either you're stealing on purpose. And by the way, my production value is like a million times better. I got music. I've got slow motion. I've got interesting camera angles. I mean, my production value is on point.
Out of curiosity, how many views did that other guy get?
Oh my God, 1 million, because he put it out, and then it was retweeted by ESPN and Barstool Sports.
You got to start hashtagging. You got to start tagging ESPN Sports and
I did.
In your videos.
I literally reached out to ESPN and Barstool Sports with a Twitter, and this must have made me look berserk. That said, "Hey, ESPN, Barstool Sports, and Rex Chapman, I've been hitting 500-foot home runs off of children for years. Do your job." And I yelled at them to do their job, because they're supposed to be journalists, but they ain't shit.
You definitely didn't sound like a psycho. Don't worry, David.
Oh, I came across like such a lunatic. It was, but looking back on it now, it's like, no, that's kind of very bizarre, interesting stuff. Now, so by the way, Roy, I don't know if you even have the piano or anything, but I want to put them on the Shizer list.
You know what, David? Let's do it.
1, 2, 3.
Shizer! Shizer! You're the one that we despise.
Yeah, that goes out to ESPN, that goes out to Rex Chapman, and that goes out to Barstool Sports. In fact, let's give him one more.
Shizer! Shizer! You're the one that we despise.
Okay. Now, it's going to be difficult.
Not Bobo.
Now, let me tell you something, Roy.
Yes,
not all news about the Shizer list is bad news. In fact, we're about to do something that's very controversial.
Uh-oh.
We're going to remove someone off of their status on the Shizer list.
Oh,
this
dear.
is very rare, but it's happened once or twice in the past.
It has,
it's exceptionally rare. Once you get put on that Shizer list, you usually stay, but it's not a set in stone type of thing. If you make it up to me, then you can sometimes get pulled off of the Shizer list.
We are men who can redeem ourselves. Go ahead, David.
The person who's getting taken off the Shizer list is none other than SiriusXM's Sam Roberts.
Oh, wow.
Sam Roberts reached out to me with a text message. By the way, I haven't been able to get to everyone with the texts and the emails and the Facebook messages, but I really, really do appreciate each and every single one of them. For real. Have read each and every single one of them. Just, it's been, I'm not trying to say Mr. Popularity or anything, but it's literally been, I can't.
It's comforting. It's comforting. Yeah, I understand.
It is comforting. It makes you feel good. But at the same time, I can't get back to everybody. So if I haven't got back to you, I apologize, but I've seen it, and it's awesome. But Sam reached out and said some very nice things, and I'm just going to keep it at that. But as a result, he has been removed from the Shizer list. And so you're going to have to come up with a very quick stinger for Shizer list removal.
Shizer list removal! Shizer list removal! He's the one that we're going to remove from the Shizer list removal.
Okay, so the jingle that you decided was just you're going to play the exact same thing as Shizer list, only change the words?
I tried to play it backwards, but then I realized it was actually the same exact chords, David. Sorry.
I was thinking, okay, regardless. But because it's the Eastside Dave Show End of Time Skype series, we thought even though we've removed Sam from the Shizer list, we still want to throw him under the bus. And weirdly enough, looking through, all this stuff. Shoot, did I send this to Steve? Steve, did I send you a video of wiffle ball? Steve? You know who I'm talking about?
I didn't see it in the email.
All right, hold on. If you YouTube Eastside Dave Eastside Dave, Sam, wiffle ball. Mm-hmm. It'll be the first. It should be either the first or second video that pops up. I'm looking for the one that was published 10 years ago.
I gotcha.
Okay. So this was at a party that my parents had, and Sam Roberts was there. And what happens if it's spring or summertime, Daddy, even into early fall, we're playing some wiffle ball.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
And you know what? As horrific as I was an Easter egg hunt competitor, finishing in last place 40 straight years, I mean, that's one of the worst droughts in the history of athletics. I mean, that is a terrible, terrible thing to have on your resume. Fine, I'll accept it. What I will say is I am one of the greatest wiffle ball players of all time. Okay, and that is undeniable. That I will
can't argue with
no one, right? You can't argue with that.
I will not argue with that.
But I was looking up for some stuff with like regards to the Rex Chapman, Shizer list, the wiffle ball thing. Mm-hmm. And somehow I found this on YouTube. This is actually in my parents' Spring Lake backyard, and it's Sam Roberts playing wiffle ball. And I want you to see his stance here. Oh my! Strike one. Look at this.
It wasn't.
Look at this effort here.
Really?
Look at this. 2 strikes. No power. No hip rotation right there. Look at the legs. Nothing. Look at that. That ball moved about 2.5 feet. Look at that.
Oh dear.
You gotta get shift in your weight. You gotta get a shift in your weight, Roy Harder.
Oh yeah.
Get that weight back. All right, finally. It should be like a slow pendulum. Can I see those first 2 swings again, Steve? That was embarrassing. Those first 2 swings. Look at this. No pendulum. No. Look at that. You gotta get those hips rotating, Roy. Look at this.
Really?
Look at that. He came out way too soon on his left front side, too. That left front side's coming way out. Just that left hip way out.
He should choke up on the. I think he should choke up on the bat a little bit too.
He shouldn't have to choke up on a wiffle ball bat. The thing weighs what out.
That's what they always used to tell me when I played baseball. Just choke up on the bat a little bit.
Yes, because you played baseball in the 40s where people used like 50-ounce wood bats, which were considerably heavier than a wiffle ball bat, which is like swinging air.
Yeah.
Yeah. What other videos do we have? We have. Steve,
we did get Flutzy's video.
All right, let's see Flutzy's and see what the hell. I have no idea what this is about. By the way,
I don't either, Dave. I haven't not seen this one. Okay.
How long is it first, Garrett?
That's a rather personal question.
It's minute 18.
All right, minute 18 is good. That's right up in our wheelhouse here.
Yeah, what's goody? How you doing? So I'm going to talk about what it's like growing up in the Bronx, and you're just going to hear an accent, and whatever it is, that's what New York is like. The public school system, I went to public school, and where basically the boys wrestled in the back of the classroom more than I learned shit. But you know what? But that's what it is too, being from the Bronx, right? So you learn a little bit of how to be street, and you learn a little bit of the book. Fast forward to summertime. In the Bronx, there's 3 things that goes down. Number 1, handball. Need I say more? Number 2, City Island. And number 3, Shortshore Beach. And like everybody's like, chum chicka, boom, 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 boom. And then City Island, you got your overpriced calamari.
I can't take this. Steve, that's enough. I can't take it anymore.
You gotta love Flutzy though.
Do I? Do I have to? Because right now I despise her for that. What? So that was just. By the way, she's getting substantially more Puerto Rican during the.
I know. I did notice that. Yeah.
Way more.
How about a quick magic trick, Dave?
I'd love a quick magic trick. Wow. What happened? What? What? Oh my God. He has the ability to wear fake thumbs on his hands.
Fake thumbs? What are you talking about, David?
I saw your fake thumbs. No, at first, it was impressive looking, and then the discoloration. Those thumbs were like brown. They were like Dr. J. Julius Erving's thumbs.
How about a quick one,
Should have went
David?
with a more current basketball player.
I tell you what, I'm going to do another quick one. I got a deck of cards here, right? Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Tell me.
Stop.
All right, take a look at the card. I can't see it, obviously, because I'm on Skype. I'm going to put it back in there. You have the card in your head, right?
Yes, I do.
I can see if I can make it pop to the top of the deck. Is that your card?
Wow, that is the card of 3 of clovers.
Not only that, David, but to be honest with you, I don't know if I can do this, but let me see if this is going to work. But I ended up making the whole deck.
Wow, you changed all the cards. Or you bought a cheap cheating way for an amateur magician to fool the audience.
None of the above, David. It's magic.
Not magic. You bought a deck of cards with all 3 of clovers. That's what happened. Blah blah blah. This and that. So how are things with you? I mean, like your family's your dad is okay though.
Yeah, apparently back on the road to wellness. Both parents and.
Your mom, though, then you said you were worried about.
Oh, yeah, I was actually more worried about my mom than my dad. But, and like yourself, I got a lot of personal emails and response, and I appreciate every one of them. So going out to the people who cared, thank you. It was very heartfelt. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
as well.
Doubt. Absolutely.
Hey, Dave, you want to know?
Yes, go ahead.
I wanted to show you my weapon of the day. Is that all right if I...
I want to see Roy Harder's weapon of the day, please. It's time that we got there.
This one's particularly special, my friend.
All right, let's see this now.
What I got here, this one...
This is like a Lee Harvey Oswald rifle.
Oh, yeah, this is a bolt action from World War II, actually.
Okay.
Hold on, I think I just jammed it. But this is I think this is called a Mauser. K92 or something like that. I'm not too good with the names of the weapons, but I call this one my brown one. And the amazing thing about this, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but this one still has the.
You're holding it too close. You want to pull it back.
This would actually. Well, I have to hold it close because it still has the Nazi insignias on it. Actually, this is like a.
Show that again. Okay, I don't
know if you could see it. It's a 30-06.
Your dad got this?
No. This one's from my collection. But this one I got, this was like a conversion. I think after World War II, they took a bunch of the rifles and they converted them. I think this one's from Romania, so it's a 30-06, which is not the caliber that they used to be. But it's a beauty, huh?
It sure is, pal.
Love my brown gun.
For climbing a clock tower in Houston. And, doing some target practice for anyone who's not quarantined. That's like that kind of gun, right?
Oh yeah, this is the one. I got no scope on it, but it's.
Everyone do. I mean, not enough people talk about that Houston clock tower situation. That's like one of the original mass shootings. Boy, this is a nice light topic, but so I apologize. But that was in the 60s. Go look it up. It was like some guy went to the top and was just lost his shit.
Yeah, I think I dare I say he was a Marine. I think wasn't it? So. Didn't they reference that in what's the movie? Joker and Gomer Pyle.
Yes, they did.
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket.
I think they referenced that shooting actually.
You're right.
2 points for me.
And Oswald was a Marine.
Was also a Marine. Apparently so. Yeah. Go figure.
Do you think Oswald? Let's get into some conspiracy talk. Do you think Oswald acted alone? Or do you think he had help?
I believe he acted alone. I'm not much of a fan of conspiracy theories, as you know, but I think he acted alone. I read the reports. I did.
You read the Warren Commission. How many pages is the Warren Commission?
The book itself, probably, no joke, it was literally this thick, and I was about 16, 17 years old. And I decided one day or 1 month, I'm going to read this book. And I read it, and I don't remember a goddamn thing. But I do remember that I believe he acted alone.
I read that book, Dave. Now, I can't tell you anything about it.
Yeah. It's a long time ago, buddy.
Yeah, right. How about, all right, so there's one group video that they made.
Oh, David, I got to tell you, I took a little sneak peek at this video. And it brought a smile to my face.
All right. Well,
this is all going to be. You haven't seen this yet, so I suggest they go a little bit. There's a lot of dead air in the beginning of it, so.
Do we have it queued up? We can't play it from the beginning, guys, because apparently they said it's
Yeah,
like 20 minutes long.
Stevie Lou sent where to start it from, so I'm trusting him.
Okay. Because 20-minute videos are
Oh yeah.
in the future, and I love the Eastside Dave Show cast. Maybe let's send like a finished product of nothing more than 3 minutes. I think is what we're shooting for on this side, right? Right, Roy?
Yes, David, that is correct. I'm sorry you cut out on me. I'm not being rude. I just sometimes the Skype seems to stutter and I miss a couple lines. I apologize.
I don't get that's fine. Let's play this video here. Is there a setup, Roy?
Except for Bobo. Bobo, you gotta look at the camera, Bobo. There we go. Good job, Bobo. And then where the fuck is Flutzy? Oh, Flutzy's here too. Hey!
Flutzy.
Oh yeah,
Are you running on PR time again?
I am. I was doing my makeup. You know, there's always something. If it's not the bus, it's the fact that I'm doing makeup or something. So
I did my makeup.
I managed to be on time.
Andrea also looking sexy in a hockey jersey. Is that Andrea? Very sexy.
Can we pause? Can we pause? Can we pause? What the hell are they doing? I am having like Vietnam acid flashbacks to the Eastside Dave Show itself, the in-studio product. Because like this is how difficult it can be to lead this program.
Yeah.
Is that the Skype experience? When is the action gonna happen? I hate to be impatient here, but we honestly have a lot on this episode.
You could go you could go forward probably a minute or so. I love the fact that Stevie's the wrangler of the operation on this one.
I know. Now Stevie's gonna find out firsthand how difficult it is. All right, can we get to Garrett, does he have a cues up to like when this thing starts?
He gave me a 7-minute window of stuff. So I skipped ahead a minute. We'll see what's going on here.
no cocaine, no drinking.
Titty bump, titty bump, titty bump.
Titty bump. And then Robert, what are you doing over there? What's that you're working with? Was that a dab?
You ever know that special package you sent me, Stevie?
Oh, maybe.
Listen, time out.
I love it, David.
Fucker, you set me up. On this day of all days, you, Roy Harder, set my ass up. Is that what's happening here? A little joke? A little fun joke?
No hidden cameras here, David.
Well, so far they're just talking over one another. Like, I thought this was a sketch or something. Is it?
Not quite a sketch. Well, there are moments where they do a bit of a bit, but okay. I guess they should have had to.
What we're going to have to ask for in the next few weeks is finished products.
Yeah, they should have consolidated. They should have been a little bit more consolidated.
I love them, and I'm thankful that they're contributing videos, and I want the videos to continue. But we need to, focus on what the original parameters were. Nothing more than 3 minutes. Honestly, a minute to 3 minutes is just fine. And we gotta, focus a little bit. Because I'm scatterbrained as much as it is right now. All right, I'll
if anything, they should tag it onto the end of this episode. Just clip whatever section Stevie said. Tag it on.
No, don't do that. I want people to come back next week.
Okay, fair enough. You're right.
Let's see one last little part of this, please. And then this is it. If there's 3 strikes and you're out, I can't.
For your OnlyFans page. Show us them titties, girl.
Guys, I'm telling you, because I'm not working right now. So I think I'm going to start an OnlyFans page. I swear to God. So if you guys
dump them out. Dump them out. Dump them out.
I'm about to start selling my ass. Guys, selling it.
Flutzy, are you still doing those videos with Dave Lester?
Oh, well, we've stopped.
Pause. Wait a second. Did she just say, did Flutzy just say that she's considering becoming a prostitute?
I believe that's what she said.
She said something to the effect of, I'm going to be selling it. She said, first, I'm going to start an OnlyFans.com account. Then she said, I'm going to start selling it. I would, my one little piece of advice for Flutzy is if we ever get back into compound media, if you do become a prostitute, remember, you only sit about 2 feet away from Andrew. And he could easily reach over and suffocate you at any moment. Yeah. And we know what his favorite hobby is, killing prostitutes. We all know.
We might not jump in. We might not jump in to save her.
All right. Is there a little bit more then, I guess? And then we got to wrap it up here. This is crazy.
Okay. Are you guys prepared in case things get worse? Does anybody have, like, weapons or anything around them? Lucy's got a knife. Lucy's got a knife. Big A has got a frying pan. Andrew got a vicious cat. She's got a very vicious attack cat. Bobo has a stress ball. Bobo's going to use a stress ball. And then, Bob, what do you got, Bob? Oh, a bow and arrow. Are you holding the bow and arrow sideways, Bobby?
Yeah, Larry Bear taught me how to shoot it.
That makes sense. And then I have
what does Stevie have?
A beating rod. It's like an old shower. Yeah, it's an old shower curtain.
I want to beat my rod, Flutzy.
Okay, all right, that's it. Once they start talking about they want to beat their own rod, I'm out. Now, I'm not doing that. I like how Big A went with the frying pan.
Yeah, the frying pan got
hit you in the head, cut your head off, but then also make your head into an omelet. And that's perfect. Flutzy, a knife. As a Puerto Rican, I expected that. I thought that was good. I thought Stevie's shower rod was good. Those things are good. And plus, they're like 8 feet long. Keep in mind, you can beat someone to death and still respect the social distancing parameters. Right? I like Robert's bow and arrow. Very deer hunter.
The fact he held sideways.
Stress ball. I mean, Bobo's going to be dead in 10 seconds, 15 seconds. He's done. And Andrea, the only one of us who is an active member of the U.S. military as a naval commander, but I was not too threatened by that kitty cat. Really? I really wasn't. Anyway, what are you doing over there with that guitar? You got something for me?
No, I was getting ready to play us out, I didn't know.
Play me a little, but before you play us out, I'm gonna. How about this? I'm gonna do your best. I think we used to do this on the Davey Mack Sports program.
Yeah.
You would just try to do your best, but it was more. It's going to be more challenging now because on that was your keyboard. I'm gonna chuck out a song. Do your best. Ready?
Yeah. Try me.
AC/DC, Back in Black. All right, not bad. Led Zeppelin, Black Dog. All right. Metallica, Enter Sandman. Let's go. Rapid fire. All right. Welcome. Guns N' Roses. No, not welcome to the show. Mr. Brownstone, Guns N' Roses.
Oh, man. All
right. Last one, rapid fire. Rolling Stones, Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar. Brown Sugar. Feels so good. Oh, I don't know that one, David. I never heard that one before.
That's it. Listen. All right. Oh, you're starting now?
Well, I was going to play you out, buddy. You say what you got to say.
Yeah, I'll okay. Well, listen. Obviously, I'm going to dedicate this show to my dad, Patrick McDonald. It's like I said, we're still under a lot of shock and everything like that. But all of the encouraging words and the nice thoughts and everything like that. Those do go a long way. You know, you're a human being. Those all feel nice. You know, it's he was a great guy. He was a very smart guy and a very kind guy. He was, whereas my mom and I are loose cannons and nuts. He had a very reserved, but still like a soft-hearted person. But, you know, who wasn't as, like, nuts. Although he did do one hell of a Louis Armstrong impression. That was, like, his little showbiz moment. Every single family reunion, he would do the, what a wonderful world, you know, all that thing. That's true. That's true. You know, Louis Anderson. So, yeah, it's weird, man. It's very weird, you know. But what can you do?
Well,
right, Carter?
He's still with us, buddy. Don't you worry, man.
All right. Well, I appreciate you doing this show with me today, and it's a weird episode, but I appreciate all of the Eastside Dave Show fans. Quite frankly, every single person who said anything nice and stuff on Twitter, Facebook, text messages, blah 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 blah. It's all good, and you know, it's been brutal at times. It's been like, you know, this is life at times. It's existential at times. What can you do? It's everything at once, all at the same time. So I appreciate this show as a bit of a distraction because that's what I was looking for, quite frankly. That's why I'm doing it today. And I hope your parents are good, Roy.
Thank you, brother. I love you, man.
You too.
Arms around you, David. Arms around your whole family. Damn, it's been a real fine day. Damn, it's been a real fine day. Got on my new shoes, ain't no way we're gonna lose. Damn, it's been a real fine day. Damn, it's been a real fine day. From Long Island to West LA. No need to worry, 'cause I ain't in no hurry. Damn, it's been a real fine day. There's a whole lot of trouble out in this world. Yes, a whole lot of worry, whole lot of worry. Now that I had you come into my life, there's a whole lot of reason saying, damn, it's been a real fine day. Damn, it's been a real fine day. Got on my new shoes, ain't no way we're gonna lose. 'Cause damn, it's been a real fine day. Love you, buddy.
Love you too, buddy. I'll talk to you guys later.